Anna, what is this? Is this from you?
Yeah, I got a lawyer.
Almost every child in any family is a coincidence, except for Anna. She was born through artificial insemination to save her sister's life. Anna came to the pawn shop to sell her gold pendant. Her 15-year-old sister Kate is seriously ill, which has changed the entire family's life. Sarah, the girl's mother, has devoted herself entirely to taking care of Kate. Kelly, Sarah's sister, also helps the family with everything. They all gather together for dinner. Sarah always prepares only healthy food because Kate is not allowed to eat anything else. The family tries to find happiness in the simple things, but beneath the outward well-being is a daily fear. At any moment, everyone's life could collapse. One day Kate got a fever, she didn't sleep all night, and she feels worse. After school, Jesse, the girl's brother, told Anna that their plan is insane. But it didn't make the girl give up her decision. She went to the office of the famous lawyer Campbell Alexander. He was shocked when Anna said she wanted to sue her parents for the right to her own body. The girl explained that her sister has leukemia, and the parents are forcing her to donate a kidney to Kate. The thing is that a month ago, Kate had kidney failure, and this is not the first time. Anna gave the lawyer $700 she received for the pendant. If Campbell doesn't help Anna, then no one will. Sarah remembers how their family lived a normal life. But one day she noticed a strange spot on Kate's skin. The doctors conducted an examination and suspected cancer. Later, another doctor confirmed the diagnosis of leukemia. Hearing this, Sarah could not hold back her tears. Kate's bone marrow was taken for examination. At night, Brian calmed his wife, assuring her that everything was not so bad. Sarah said she would do everything she could to keep their daughter alive. In the present, Kate is getting worse. Sarah called an ambulance. Paramedics said that Kate urgently needs a blood transfusion. They brought the girl to intensive care. The whole family gathered at the hospital, and Jesse immediately realized that this was not a good sign. Many years ago, there was a similar situation. The doctors explained that Kate's remission had ended. Her tests were very bad. The disease had progressed too rapidly, and on top of that, Kate was not tolerating chemotherapy well. The worst part was that both of Kate's kidneys had failed. Neither Sarah nor Brian would be suitable donors, nor would Jesse. Siblings compatibility is a matter of chance, so in theory if the couple had another child, he could be a suitable donor for Kate. To achieve the desired result, the doctor recommended resorting to artificial insemination. In the present, Sarah received a summons from the court. She was shocked to learn that Anna had sued them and hired a lawyer. Anna stated that she wanted to be in charge of her own body and would no longer be a donor for Kate. At home, Brian tried to understand the situation. Anna said she wanted to be a full healthy person, and without one kidney that was impossible. Kelly was clearly on the girl's side, as was Jesse. Sarah accused her daughter of ingratitude. Anna left in tears. Brian had to take Anna to work with him because Sarah didn't want to see her. Looking at the daughter, Brian feels guilty and can't believe they've come to this. They once went against nature, and now it's time for retribution. All this time, the parents refuse to understand that their daughter is also a living person who has the right to make a choice. Sarah can't believe her husband has taken the younger daughter's side. Brian tells his wife that if they force Anna to do it now, she will hate them for the rest of her life. Angry Sarah burst into Campbell Alexander's office, stating that by law children under 14 cannot make decisions about participating in medical procedures, and Anna is only 11. Then Campbell showed documents stating that he was appointed Anna's temporary guardian. The lawyer intends to go all the way and help Anna defend her rights to her own body. Next events take us back in time for a while. Kate has been in bed for 2 weeks. Sarah asks her daughter to get up, believing that she shouldn't lose heart, otherwise they won't beat the disease. Kate tearfully said she was tired of this life. To support the daughter, Sarah also shaved her head bald. Despite everything, the family is learning to enjoy life and not lose hope. Currently, Kate is looking at photos of the happiest days. The girl understands that she doesn't have much time left to live, but she has come to terms with it. The parents have always been focused only on her and didn't immediately notice that Jesse suffers from dyslexia, which is the inability to recognize words when reading. The parents plan to send him to a specialized school for children with learning difficulties for a year. The boy didn't want to go and cried for a long time. Kate feels guilty towards her brother and the rest of the family. She regrets that each of them gave up their own life because of her. Jesse gave his sister a drawing with her image on it. At that moment, She felt truly happy. The first court hearing took place. Campbell realizes that Judge DeSalvo will be biased towards the case because she recently lost her daughter. The lawyer intends to obtain a temporary restriction on Sarah and Brian's parental rights. But Sarah continues to insist that Anna does not have the right to make decisions on her own. Judge DeSalvo wished to personally talk to Anna to understand what the child really wants.
I'm awfully sorry about Kate.
Anna said that she loves her sister very much, but she can no longer endure all these medical procedures. Moreover, she and Kate understand that a kidney transplant operation will not help, but only prolong the suffering. Sarah was unpleasantly surprised when DeSalvo announced that the court did not see fit to reject the claim. The next hearing is scheduled for Friday. Sarah and Kelly do not leave Kate's bedside. The doctor told Sarah directly that her daughter's condition is very bad. Probably the end is near. Kate knew she wasn't getting any better, so she asked the doctor how long she had left to live. He honestly said that not very long. Sarah didn't want to hear anything about it and asked her daughter to gather strength before the operation. Dr. Henry Chance introduced Sarah to an experienced caregiver. She is from a fund that fulfills the last wishes of seriously ill people. The caregiver advised Sarah to take Kate home so that she could spend the last weeks of her life with the family. But Sarah is not willing to give up, believing that the operation will help Kate. The doctor said that the hospital would not agree to this without a court decision. Kate watched the quarrel between the mother and the doctor from her ward. She remembers how she met a guy named Taylor in the hospital, who also has leukemia and undergoes chemotherapy. Taylor suggested Kate go for a walk together sometime. She happily agreed. Seeing this, Sarah couldn't hold back a smile. Soon the young people met, and from then on, they spent a lot of time together. Taylor worked a miracle, giving Kate back her will to live. The family was very happy for Kate, who finally lives the life of an ordinary teenager. One day, when Taylor walked her home, they kissed. Kate admitted that yesterday she was told that her condition had worsened and she would soon need chemotherapy. When she got home, Kate immediately shared with her sister everything that had happened this evening. She feels that life has meaning now. Taylor came to the hospital to see Kate, who feels very sick after chemotherapy. The guy takes care of his beloved, and he doesn't care at all how she looks. Seeing this, Sarah feels warmth in her heart. She is happy that her daughter has known love in this life. Taylor said that they would soon have a party in the hospital for sick children. He suggested Kate go there with him. The family helps Kate choose a dress for the upcoming party. The girl is very worried about her hair fell out, so the mother suggested she buy a wig. Seeing Kate in the wig and the evening dress, Taylor was struck by her beauty. Kelly and Sarah took pictures as a memento. It seemed as if there was no struggle with Kate's serious illness in their lives now. Brian wants to remember his daughter just like this. Dancing a slow dance, Kate and Taylor feel like they were made for each other. Soon they decide to leave the party and hide in one of the hospital wards. 3 days passed after the party, and Taylor still hadn't called Kate. The girl was very upset, thinking that the guy had fallen out of love with her. Sarah went to ask the nurse if Taylor had shown up. She was forced to deliver the sad news. Learning that her boyfriend had passed away, Kate was broken. Sarah shared the daughter's feelings, but was determined to fight for her life to the end. Kate looks at the pictures of her and Taylor together. She misses him very much. Jesse came home late and was sure that the parents would scold him, but instead the father suggested him go together to the hospital to visit Kate. Sarah was studying the laws to prepare for the upcoming trial. Kelly believes that the sister should finally come to terms with the situation and let Kate go. Sooner or later, this moment had to come. However, Sarah can't bring herself to do that. Meanwhile, her son and husband arrived at the hospital to see Kate, who feels completely exhausted after dialysis. Kate whispered weakly that she wants to go to the beach. The father intends to fulfill her wish and asks the doctor for permission. Dr. Chance considered it a good idea, as things could not get any worse. Brian is going to the beach with the kids. Jesse and Anna can't hold back their tears, realizing that they will soon have to say goodbye to their sister forever. Learning of the husband's plan, Sarah tried to stop him, thinking that this trip could be the last for Kate. However, Brian was determined. For the last 14 years, Sarah had done everything her way, but now he would decide what is best for their daughter. Kate was happy to be in the sun and feel the sea breeze. She was tired of the ward and endless procedures, so it was like a breath of fresh air for her. Kelly brought Sarah to the beach. She wanted to take her daughter back to the hospital, but she didn't, deep down realizing that Brian was right. The family was having fun, just as they had in the old days. They wanted to forget about Kate's terrible illness, which they had been fighting for all these years, at least for a while. Watching the sunset, Kate smiles. She realizes that this is the last time she will see the sea. In the evening, the family brought Kate back to the hospital. It was time for another court hearing. Most people believe that Anna should donate her kidney to the sister. Just now the girl is too young to understand how important it is in terms of duty. During the break, Anna called Kate, saying she wasn't sure she could follow through. Kate asked her to be strong. Campbell Alexander questioned Sarah, who never asked her daughter's consent for all those medical procedures. Anna has been a donor for Kate since birth. Many procedures were very dangerous and painful. Jesse does not want to be in the courtroom and tears up his drawing, then scatters it to the wind. Sarah was ready to admit that she had gone too far, but she could not bear to see Kate suffer after fighting for her life for many years. This situation was very conflicting and complex. It is Anna's turn to testify. When the mother asked why she didn't want to help her sister, Anna remembers a time when Kate got drunk. She was crushed by Taylor's passing and tired of hospitals. In the present, Jesse intervenes, asking her sister to tell the truth. Anna insisted until the end that she only wants to defend her rights. Unable to bear it, Jesse tells the truth herself. It turned out that Kate was the one who persuaded Anna to sue their parents. She knows she won't survive another surgery and just wants to die peacefully. Jesse asked the mother to finally let go of Kate. At this point, Campbell Alexander ran out of the courtroom. He had an epileptic seizure. No one knew he was ill. This was precisely why he decided to help Anna, as he also knows what it's like not to control your body. Anna remembers taking care of her sister, who was getting worse. Kate constantly feels pain and wants it to stop, but she understands that the mother will not allow it. That is why Kate asked her younger sister to refuse being a donor. Anna confessed to the court that this is true. She loves her sister, so she wanted to do everything to stop her suffering. Before deciding, Judge DeSalvo wants to see Kate to verify the truth of this story. Kate confirmed all her sister's words. All the relatives visited Kate to say goodbye. The girl is very grateful to her brother and sister, who were brave for her sake all this time. All the relatives stayed in the ward until the evening. Kate was happy that they were all gathered here together. Only the closest ones remained. Kate wanted to have a private conversation with the mother, who still hoped that her daughter would agree to the surgery. Kate gave her mother a special gift, the album with their family photos. It captures the happiest moments in their lives. Sarah couldn't stand it and burst into tears. The daughter hugged her, promising her everything would be all right. That same night Kate passed away. Soon after the funeral was held, where the entire family gathered to say goodbye to Kate. Each of them now has to come to terms with the loss and move on. Sometime later, Campbell Alexander knocked on the door of the Fitzgerald family, wanting to see Anna. It turned out that they had won the lawsuit, but it was no longer important. Anna hugged Campbell, thanking him for his help. Now life is completely different. Much has changed over these years. Sarah went back to work and made a decent living. Brian retired early and became involved with troubled teenagers from the slums. Jesse enrolled in an art academy in New York. Every year on Kate's birthday, the family gathers in her favorite place.